I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we're here together. And this is Saturday Night Live, and it's about recovery. And it's whatever you've got going on in your life that is pushing you around, that's put you in your prison, even though I like everything you said there, Paul, and Lisa, it was awesome, okay? And there's just so much stuff that you guys stirred up. But that statement about recovery, real recovery, is going ahead and dealing with life, dealing with it. And like I said I think I said it last week, that when someone asked me what we were going to do when they said my dad was going to die, I said, I don't know, but we'll deal with it. We don't know what we're going to do. We know that we're going to lean into it and do our best. And with my skill and his and God's help, then we take it one step at a time. I've got 2 sheets of stuff that I want to cover, and then I've got all kinds of things that I'd like to share. But I want to start off with asking a question. How about a question? Anybody interested in a question? How many of you look for new ways to make yourself more stupid? Well, excuse me? Yeah, well, yeah, that's, but some of those things might be healthy for you to hold on to. There's a line in there, David. Seneca, he's a philosopher, in case it's not the city down south here, but the philosopher said drunkenness is nothing but voluntarily madness. What do you think about it? Yeah, substance. Of course, in 30 and 40 A.D., they just, that's when he was around, Seneca, or maybe a little before. I'm not. Well, they probably had some, but it wasn't as available as they did have opiates and things like that coming out of the Middle East and stuff. But as Rome expanded, they moved it all over the world. So I bet you were. And so, but intoxication is to affect us or you temporarily to diminish physical and mental control by means of alcohol, liquor, a drug, or another substance, especially to excite or stupefy with liquor. Yeah. Yes?
That's it, to diminish control, not to diminish.
That's one of the things. Well, it does have diminish a little bit of pain at the present moment because of that. But the trouble is, it affects you. You don't get smarter. Okay, even though some people think they are, right? Hello, nobody's ever been this way, but you probably know somebody that's been that way, right? Yeah, and also, those inhibitions that David was talking about. They're down, so I'm able to be more open, being open and being able to talk to people and connect with people is a good thing. But when we use alcohol, you also lose your cognitive abilities to think and reason and function and make healthy choices. So just for some reason, I wanted to throw that out tonight. And it was on the back half of my sheet here, and you guys stirred that up for me. So I was commending. That was congratulations. But any comments on that, on Seneca? Let me give you, so if we're looking for other ways to be stupid, intoxication enhances the possibilities of that, correct? That's the point of the story here. Would you agree with that? All right. And of course it. You know, you were smarter, but everybody else was dumber, right? Except, well, it's my paper I have here. The dictionary says that you become more stupefied. Okay? So, shall we go on? Got another question for you. How about that? Are you ready for another question? Yeah, do on? Okay. Are you being the change that the world needs? How about that one? Are you being the change that the world needs? Think about it. Say, I didn't catch all that. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, but when you change, you affect the world, correct? You affect. Well, you are connected to everything, and as you are affected, you affect or impact everything. And so, if you do better, that has an effect on everything, right? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's the point of it. Yes. And so the question is, are you being the change that the world needs? Are you being, if we want to adjust it to what you said, are you being the change your world needs? How about that? You are? You are? And, excuse me?
He said, don't hurt me.
Oh, okay. And everything that we do impacts our world or the world. Isn't that true? Even though we've all said, well, what I'm doing don't hurt nobody. Right? Because none of us live on an island by ourselves alone, and even if we were, there is an effect, right? Yes. So, here's a quote. How about that? To go with this. Question and a quote. Well, you know, what can I say? You know, and this is Gandhi. Gandhi said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." He's thinking.
To see in the world.
Be
Does that mean yourself?
Be the change. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Yes. So you be the change, okay, that you want to see in the world. You want the world to be better? Then you begin.
Just like a month ago, I had some bad people in my apartment as friends. My sister got me in the bathroom and said, you know how you change that? Get rid of all that.
Make a change.
I don't care if they're my friends or not.
Here's another statement, and I think it's more of a quote, and we'll throw this in here. It says, you do not attract, this is just right down what you were talking about here, you do not attract to you what you want, you attract to yourself who you are.
You hit me for that.
Smile when you say that. You do not attract to you what you want. You attract to yourself who you are. Remember last week, I believe it was last week, I said that if you really want to know what you believe in your heart of hearts, listen to what you're saying when you're not really focused on what you're saying. Probably. Which part? The statement? You want me to say it one more time? You do not attract to you what you want. You attract to yourself who you are. Absolutely. So, now if we tie that together with what Gandhi said, and actually I have this quote in my office on the wall someone gave me. I didn't even know it was from Gandhi. And we tie that with what he said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And so if you make those healthy choices like Paul was talking about, and we make that turn, then as I was talking about last week about the Hertz vibration and the scale of those character traits, that as we know that whatever we're doing or saying, or as you were speaking earlier about on your step about having that wall up there of anger to try to protect yourself, pushing people away because you're of your own fear, trying to protect yourself, which is not all bad. That's a survival mechanism. But how many times has our survival mechanisms turned around and bit us in the butt? Well, it could. Yes, absolutely. And as we work on lining up with truth and manifesting who the number one attribute of God, which is love, as we're doing that, and it's not just knowing it, okay? We know more than what we are, right? Going back to this statement, who you are, okay? Who you are, and it's applying, it's being, it's acting, it's living out, it's functioning in the truth that you know. Here you go, but you haven't applied. Do you know what I'm talking about? Is that too much? That you know that you haven't applied. Now, okay, there's so much stuff I wanted to talk about here, but Paul's standing here, so he's pushing me. And so I got to close here, so hang on. All right. And Lisa was talking about Jonah, and I wanted to read out of one of the other steps, out about healing the brokenness, and out of Psalms where King David went through his situations in his life. He was an adulterer, had a child out of wedlock.